Alright, so we're going to be talking some Nigerian men's football in this one. On today's roster, we got Super Eagles forward Moses Simon, who has now moved from one French top flight club to another French top flight club. We got another Super Eagles forward, Paul Onuachu, who's rumored to be moving back to the Turkish Super Lig. And also the under-20s, the Flying Eagles, they got a competition coming up, the WAFU Zone B under-20 tournament. Not a qualifier, just a competition, and we're going to talk about that. But first, of course, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're going to start with the latest news. Of course, Moses Simon moves, like I said, from one French top flight club, that being Nantes, to another French top flight club, being Paris FC, newly promoted Paris FC. So it all started yesterday, or it was announced yesterday, at least on Fabrizio Romano's page, that the Super Eagles forward would be joining Paris FC for a fee of around 7 million euros. And today it was made official by the club with pictures, videos, all that stuff on their social media. So first of all, congratulations to Moses Simon for the move. This comes after his best season in France. He scored 8 goals, created 10 assists in 32 matches this season, by far his best season since joining Nantes. Now, one thing to note is that Paris FC just recently did a deal with Red Bull. I believe Red Bull is now running the club, or at least having a big say of what goes down in the club. And we've seen what Red Bull has done in different countries. You've seen them in Austria, you've seen them in Germany, even in the United States. And it's like they know what they're doing, and this is another project they're trying to undertake. So I keep that in mind and feel like, hey, this might turn into something real nice for Moses Simon, even though as of now, when people look at it, this is a team that just recently got promoted. There's not much hope you can put in a team like that, especially when the league is not the EPL. I think if it was a team that got recently promoted in the EPL, a lot of people would have been looking the other way and celebrating the move a little bit more. But just the fact that it's in France, people are thinking, hey, this is not the best of moves. But I feel like down the line we'll better know if it was a good move or not. Right now, I don't think it's the worst thing ever. Of course, I would have liked to see Moses Simon in the top side, but like I've said about the Victor Osimhen situation, these players cannot sign themselves. They can just go where they best fit, where they feel like, hey, this is the best deal for me, this is the best place for my family, especially people like Moses Simon. These guys have families. They're not just single dudes partying and running around. So they have families and kids and wives that they have to worry about. So this is a whole different type of decision making right here. Now moving on, and we're going to talk about Paul Onuachu's rumored return to the Turkish Super Lig. And we get the report from this tweet right here from Fabrizio Romano. Understand Trabzonspor have agreed a fee with Southampton in the region of 8 million euros for Nigerian forward Paul Onuachu. Negotiations ongoing on personal terms. So basically the deal is done with clubs. Both clubs have agreed on a fee, and it all is now down to the player and Trabzonspor to get whatever they need to figured out for the deal to go down. Now this tweet was from 1 week ago, the 19th of June, 9 p.m. around 9 p.m. Nigerian time on the 19th of June. And of course this is the 25th of June we're in right now. So I don't know, did the move fall apart? Did something happen? Not too sure. So Paul Onuachu was actually with Trabzonspor a couple seasons ago. He played 21 league matches for him with 15 goals and 4 assists. He was a hit over there. I remember the owner of the club, or is it the CEO, somebody at the club, he was like, he wished he had signed Paul Onuachu a little earlier, because the way he was taking off, they were feeling like they could have done a little more if they had just got him in the team early. And funny enough, Paul Onuachu joined Trabzonspor that time right after Southampton got relegated, and now Southampton is relegated again. and he is linked to joining Trabzonspor again. Now, when it comes to this situation, I think for me, I would rather wait and see if there are other clubs, at least in the EPL, willing to give me an opportunity. Because I feel last season, Paul Onuachu kind of proved that he's a credible striker in the league. He at least proved all the doubters wrong when it came to his quality. A lot of people were putting a lot of narratives out there like he just couldn't play football and things like that. He proved everything. He can hold up. He can link with his teammates. He's a good finisher when he does get the opportunities. So I just feel like if he's in a team that's actually a competitive side, unlike Southampton, no disrespect, but they really weren't competitive for the whole season just about. So I feel like if he can play on a competitive side, I would like to see that. But of course, like I said earlier, players can't sign themselves, so it is what it is at the end of the day. You just gotta go with the flow. So last but not least, we got the WAFU Zone B Under-20 tournament, and that's a tournament that will be hosted in Ghana from July the 10th to the 23rd of July. The draw for the competition was held this past Thursday, the 20th of June in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. Of course, 7 teams will be participating in the competition. The teams are Nigeria, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Niger Republic, and Togo. So because there are 7 teams in the competition, there will be 2 groups, one with 4 teams, the other with 3 teams. The Flying Eagles are in the group with 3 teams, which means they will only play 2 matches in the group stage of this competition. Now for our group, we were grouped alongside Ghana and Benin Republic. The other group has Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Togo. So the teams that finish first and second in both groups will qualify for the semifinal, and from the semifinal, you will have the final. So the schedule for the competition is also out. Our first match, the Flying Eagles' first match, will be played against Ghana. That will be the first game of the competition. Definitely a great way to start any competition. The match will be played on the 10th of July, 3 p.m., the start of the game. And the second game the Flying Eagles will play will be against Benin Republic. Of course, the 13th of July is the date, and the time will be 3 p.m. also. So for me, I feel like this is a great opportunity for the Flying Eagles. Of course, they'll be part of the World Cup, which will be hosted from September to October. They're grouped alongside Colombia, Saudi Arabia, and Norway. So this is a good little prep for the team as they get ready for the competition. But let me know your thoughts though. Put it in the comment section. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.